Welcome to Epic Geek Out, the only show on the internet where aliens are definitely among us. I'm your host, Rob.
And I'm your host, Chad, and today we're talking about the sort of prequel to Alien called Prometheus by Ridley Scott.
And on Thursday, we're going to be giving our impressions from E3, which is done and over now. A lot of announcements, so we're going to try to cover a lot in a short amount of time.
We're going to try to cover as much as we can, but we're not going to get to everything. But luckily for you guys, we just relaunched our website, www.epicgeekout.com. We have a lot of really cool things planned. We have a lot of writers, well, not a lot. We have
a couple.
We have us two, and we have two more writers that have graciously volunteered to post some cool articles for you guys. Opinions, news. We're going to try to keep it as...
Yeah, we're putting words together, and they're going to form like paragraphs, and then eventually articles. So it's pretty cool. It's different than talking to us.
We're trying to make it more robust, make it more of a source for all of you guys to check out, get information, hear some interesting articles. We're going to have just fun little things.
Yeah, and there's comment boards on each of the articles if you want to leave your comments behind, really anything like that. But as always, you can follow us on Twitter at Epic Geek Out.
Also Facebook, we have facebook.com/epicgeekout. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel because we're still going to be putting out episodes no matter what.
Yep.
Regardless of the website, we're excited about that. But we're going to be continuing with the episodes every Tuesday, Thursday, so you'll get them pushed right to your YouTube feed.
And emails, like always, fans at Epic Geek Out.
We also have like a Pinterest now. We have tons of cool stuff. So we're trying to be we're trying to take over the internets pretty much. So we're just trying to hit it from every angle.
Exactly. So let's get into our review of Prometheus. So we just got done seeing Ridley Scott's new movie, his return to sci-fi, Prometheus. Stars Noomi Rapace, Michael Fassbender, Idris Elba, Charlize Theron, 2 weeks in a row. Good work, Charlize. Playing another quasi-bad guy. Yeah. So this was dubbed to be the prequel to Aliens, though
sort of. I guess they kind of
quasi-prequel.
Indirect prequel.
Yeah.
I guess how they worded it.
So basically it was Ridley Scott doing another sci-fi movie with
and they wanted to get a
little sprinklings of aliens. It's basically the story. They uncover different archaeological sites all around the world. They have the same 5 or whatever planet constellation thing. They track it down. They board the Prometheus, which is their ship, take a 2-year journey to the planet, and crap ensues from there.
Basically, the trailer that tells you the movie.
If you haven't seen the trailer and you want to see the movie, don't watch the trailer because it's one of those that it really gives a ton away.
Pretty much the whole movie.
Absolutely, it was really, really unfortunate. So that's its own comment in itself. But Chad, what did you think of the movie?
I'm conflicted because, like we said when we were talking on the way home, I loved a lot about the movie, but I also can't get over some of the things that I hated about the movie. It's totally what I loved. It's totally Ridley Scott doing his thing, being awesome. The score I thought was pretty good too. The whole feel of the movie, the mood that it puts you in.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll talk about the attention to detail in a lot of things. The creativity in it was really awesome. Michael Fassbender. I almost said Fassbender. I don't think that's right.
I think I've been calling him that since he's been in movies.
He was awesome in it as he's sort of like this android type character robot thing, as you see in the trailers. And he was really engaging, and I thought he had an interesting character storyline type thing. Unfortunately, the story just was all over the place, and it just, I think, bit off a little bit more than it could chew. Damon Lindelof, the guy, I want to love him because he seems like a cool guy, and I did like Star Trek a lot.
Star Trek was good.
But he pulled a Lost on us, I feel. Like, he promised a lot of stuff in the beginning and set a lot of stuff up that had the potential to be awesome. It could have been this grandiose...
And it wasn't a short movie. He did put lofty goals.
It could have been this grandiose statement about where we're from, our creation, our creators. And a lot of stuff was set up and then just didn't pay off. A lot of loose threads in the movie. If we do talk spoilers at the end, there was a lot of things that just were never answered for me. And there's a lot of questions that I have coming out of the movie that I feel like could have been answered and should have been answered because they should have been thought out. Like, there's a lot of things just that didn't come together and, like, that they didn't make sense at all to me, and I was just disappointed by that because the whole movie, pretty much, I was just, oh, this is cool. If once this pays off, this is gonna be awesome. Like, I was trying to put together the puzzle, and then at the end, it was like, oh, it's just this typical sci-fi plot movie, and it really, all this stuff is just meh. You know, it wasn't put together that way. So unfortunately, that part of it, I was kind of pissed about, because then you got to the end, and I was like, oh. All that stuff didn't matter. It's just, you know, it's just aliens, you know? So, overall, like, I don't know how to really rate it, because I loved the way it felt. It felt nostalgic of Alien and whatnot, but
using the technology we have today to really make it look
exactly, yeah. There's a lot of cool stuff. And Ridley Scott doing his thing, which was awesome. But, I mean, I don't know. I'm conflicted. So I don't know really how to put it into words, but...
So, I mean, just bouncing off of that, it seemed pretty by the book. Like, you have this team. You have the guy with the mohawk that's badass. You have this biologist that they're not gonna, like, get along, but then they're put in a situation where they have to get along. Yeah, it was... Okay, first off, I'll talk about the positives. It was beautiful. It was awesome. When they were filming on the ship, when they showed the ship, the Prometheus itself, it was beautiful. I didn't understand why they had to give everyone a different accent. I guess because they brought together a team from the entire world, but it was kind of hard to understand, and I understand doing that. But again, you didn't get into anyone's backstory, you didn't know where they came from or anything like that, but it was kind of hard and muddled when the people were speaking, just because they were all speaking in this different, like, dialect-ish kind of thing.
Not to mention they didn't show any of how they formed this team. Like, they show when they're on Earth finding the relics, and then cut to 2 years later where they wake up, and it's like,
and also
okay,
2 years
so
later,
why are they there? Like, what is going on?
And also 2 years later, they didn't meet each other. Like, when they're boarding the ship back on Earth, they didn't have, like, a... Hey, this is who's going to be on the ship when you wake up 2 years ago. They go get the food, and the guy sits across from me. The guy's like, I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to make money.
Right.
You know, and it's like, really, they didn't give a bio of the 17 crew members that are on board. Right. Like, they didn't, like...
Yeah, I got you.
So, I was very disconnected. It was
disjointed. Like, there was
very disjointed, and...
Things put together, just weird.
But then there was the attention to detail where... David, who is the cyborg character, there's a close-up on his finger, and you see the Wayland, I guess, logo in his fingerprint.
Which is the organization
that funded the trip, which is just impressive that there is attention to detail that you couldn't miss, and it really was a beautiful movie. I think the acting overall was good, but it tried to accomplish too much. If they wanted to do just all in religion, it should have just been really all based on that, and not adding in the other separate little details. The one thing I have a huge problem with was the worst CGI in the movie was Guy Pearce's character.
I don't even know if that was CGI. It might have just been makeup. It was awful.
It took you out of it. It's like, I was like, oh, when's Guy Pearce going to be in? It's like, oh, he was that old guy, that awful looking. It looked like Benjamin Button when he was born. But really bad.
80s effects.
And why don't you just get an old guy to play an old guy?
He was old for the whole movie. There's no reason for him to be Guy Pearce. Like,
I mean, I guess mini spoiler, like, he's old for the whole movie. I expected him for some reason to find like a holy grail type of thing on this planet, and that was going to be the big shock of the movie, and he was going to turn young, and then he was just going to be an actor being himself.
Right. No, I would love to hear the reasoning behind it. Like, what was the reason? It was
dumb.
Because it's not like we said. It's not like he gave like a stellar performance. It was alright. It wasn't anything crazy good.
An old guy would have done a better job as an older guy.
Actor could have done a better job
because he would have been actually like hard to move around.
Yeah, and then he like did the fake like, oh, I can't move.
Yeah, and not to go into any detail, but the things that were supposed to have the payoffs were so easily forecast at the beginning of the movie.
Well, and if you've seen the trailer too,
and if you've seen the trailer, yeah, I mean. The trailer hurt this movie a lot.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because
maybe we would have been more surprised if we lived under a rock and didn't see any of the hype for this movie that has been going on for a long time. But it was good. I enjoyed it. It was drawn out at times. The action, there weren't too many action scenes. Mm-hmm. There wasn't a full-on explanation. I have a lot of questions about it.
A lot. And there wasn't, like, horror tension that there is in the other Alien films. Like, there was a couple moments where some things happen that
you're like,
we're kind of crazy with aliens. But it was a very abrupt, sudden thing, and they never built that tension that happens in the other movies that makes it so thrilling to watch. Like, I wasn't ever sitting there like, oh shit, what's gonna happen? You know, like a couple things I was like, oh crap, that just happened. But it's like
there wasn't a lead to it. I mean, and you knew people were gonna die when they were going to die.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Totally predictable.
Very
but
predictable.
Still a well-made movie. I guess that's the best way to say it. Predictable plot, but well-made movie.
Well, you know, a director can't change the writing so much. You have to work with what you got. And the costumes, the visual effects, the set design, minus Guy Pearce and that decision whatsoever. The casting director, I want to know what's going on inside his or her brain for that. Because that was just silly. Unless they're going to make a prequel. To this
but
movie,
it seems like they set up for a movie after
in between, absolutely. Yeah. But so yeah, it was underwhelming. I wanted it to be like,
and it was not an Alien prequel. Like, they had a little tag, that was it. So if you're watching it for that, I hate to disappoint.
Yeah. And also, they only had that little tag when they could have had other things been the aliens.
Exactly.
And these people don't know it yet because it happened in the past. So very disjointed, over the place, but I mean, if you are into sci-fi, I think you'll appreciate it just for the visuals and the sci-fi nature of it, but it certainly was a disjointed movie. So
it was just I think if it was placed not in the summertime, maybe it could have been better.
I think it was, if it wasn't built up so much, it would have been better, but
true that.
Yeah.
So, like always, it's our time to give our thanks.
Thank you.
For the day. I like that. Namaste. Chad, what are you thankful for today?
I'm going to do a little something different. I know we like to keep it geeky, but there's something that we don't talk about in the show that I have a great passion for, which is music. I'm really into music. I went to college for music, which I ended up not finishing with music. Finished with something much more marketable as a job, which I'm glad and thankful for that. But I just got a new album by one of my favorite artists called The Rocket Summer. The album is called Life Will Write the Words. It's a really, really awesome album. This guy plays all the instruments on the album. He sings, he does the guitar, the drums, piano, everything on the album. Obviously, he tours with the band, but
it'd be cool if he had one of those awesome, like,
it would be
the
awesome.
symbol thing, the one-man band thing.
Yeah, but
that's more impressive.
Yeah, I've been listening to it nonstop. It's really great, and I think I want to impart my music on people that are watching this show, because I love to share music. So
you've told me before things aren't geeky enough.
That's true. I have. I mean, I think this is geeky in my own way, because I'm kind of a nerd about music.
Geek out with music.
So that's something definitely that you should check out. Also, I guess I'll go geeky. The Tron freaking soundtrack. I still listen to that to this day.
You do. I see it on Facebook.
Yeah, when I'm like coding and shit, like on internet coding, I'm like
this. Is that how you code?
Tron. Boop. Yeah, that's how I do it. So check it out. Rocket Summer, Life Will Write the Words.
So I'm going to go straight geek to make up for Chad's ungeeky thing. At Comic-Con last weekend, there was this great booth of this awesome, we said the art was amazing there, and I just definitely wanted to give this guy a shout out, Greg Horn, and can you throw his actual website, because it's not greghorn.com.
Right, it's,
we'll throw it up behind it. Yeah, just search it on Google. We got, one of our friends bought a large print, and Grinspan, who's writing for us as well, and we each got two each smaller prints, and they're just awesome. The guy, he was there, he was signing them. The other guy, he had
some of the coolest art I've seen.
Yeah, and
I saw there definitely coolest.
What you got was like Wolverine, and in Wolverine's blade is like Magneto, a Sentinel.
I'll put him up back there.
Oh, you'll put him up?
Yeah.
And I went with like the more minimalist ones, which I think are just awesome and like powerful and I think really cool looking. So we appreciated that. It was what we wanted. We wanted to buy something from Comic-Con to remember and commemorate the event, and it was perfect. So definitely check out his website. He's
a really nice guy.
Yeah, so it was really cool. So
I think I might hit him up actually, because you can't. I don't think you can buy directly from his site, but if you contact him, he'll definitely hook you up.
Yeah,
I think I might contact him for some more stuff, because I'm really enjoying what.
Yeah, they were awesome. I mean, they were only what, 11 by 17 or something like that.
Yeah,
prints. So I mean,
like that.
Yeah, but they were definitely really cool. So definitely check it out. Contact him if you're interested in buying anything, or they go to all the cons. So
yeah,
I mean, definitely check them out there if you're at anything else. So.
Cool. Let's go to next week or next episode. We're gonna talk about E3 stuff. So that's on Thursday. Tomorrow,
and go
Wednesday.
Read. Don't pick up a book.
Yeah, go read our website at thegeekout.com. But tomorrow, we have an awesome surprise for you, which we forgot to mention. We have a really awesome epic extra from Comic-Con. You're not gonna miss this one.
Yeah,
I'm definitely sure about that.
Any friends watching this? It's something for you guys to watch.
It's something
for
to
sure.
witness, and it is starring Robert. So definitely check it out tomorrow. We'll see you guys on Thursday with E3 impressions. But thanks for watching this episode of Epic Geek Out.